It's not every day that we gather to celebrate a new park. This is truly another milestone in our West Bloomfield Parks history. Most everyone would agree that parks are a cornerstone of our community. It's the signal of a healthy community, vibrancy, and for us here at West Bloomfield Parks, it's very important that we're preserving green space and making it accessible for all. We're here together, and it shows it's just another strong partnership with our community collaborators. And we're here to start the recreation of this beautiful space and bring it back to life. So I want to thank some of the community leaders that are joining us today. So for those of you in the audience, if you could just raise your hands. Welcoming Township Supervisor Steve Kaplan, Clerk Debbie Binder, and Treasurer Terry Weingarten, Township Trustee and Planning Commission Liaison Jonathan Warshay, Chief of Police Mike Patton, and Fire Marshal Byron Turnquist. We want to also thank the West Bloomfield Greater Cable Commission and Tyler for being here today for recording this monumental point in our history. And I did see, where's our cable commissioner? Deb Bacon, yes. She's also here now that I... Deb, somewhere in the back, maybe? And also I would like to make sure I recognize and thank our park maintenance staff because they've already been over here starting to give this space some love. And it has been a lot of patience for them, asking them to give us feedback as we envisioned what this could truly be. And I appreciate that personally as well as the commission. I'd also like to give some shout out to their attention to detail because I know for just one example, Justine spent 6 hours over here picking up garbage one day. So just, again, they are attentive like that. And so thank you, Gary, Chris, John, Dan, Justine, and for sending over your love and your hard work already. And I know this is just a great start. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our chair of our commission, Robert Brooks, for some further remarks.
Thank you. Thank you, Executive Director Heyer. I am just honored to be here in your presence. As I walked up, there was a resident that came up, and his name is Anthony. I don't know his last name. He lives just adjacent here to the park area, and he has young children. And the thing he asked me was, I went to school here. The school's no longer here. And you're going to put a park back in this space. That is so important for me and my family. He has an 11-month-old, and he's hopeful that by her 2.5 birthday, she'll have a new play set here. So I'm excited not just for him, but for all the families in this area that will enjoy this space. I must say, as Director Heyer has already said, our staff is so outstanding here at West Bloomfield Parks. I just thank them all for all the attentiveness to all of our spaces that we have. Not just this one, but all the ones here in West Bloomfield. I'd also like to thank my fellow commissioners. Those that are here, I'd like them to raise their hand. David Barish, John Eric. I didn't see Merv Aronoff. No. Give him a clap. Vincent Kirkwood. And Terrence Adams. You know, this is a commission where some would say we have somewhat similar like minds, but I would say something differently. I think we have minds that work so well together in collaboration to give the great vision that this parks organization has for the executive director and all of our staff to lean into. And this particular night and evening with you just speaks to that, because this was one of the things that we wanted to do on this side of our town, is have a space for those in this area. It is adjacent of sorts to our trail. It's in a short walk to get on the trail from here. It also will have a lot of amenities that you'll be able to go on our website and look at the rough draft we have on how this space will be reconfigured. So I would encourage you all to do that as well. But without further ado, and I thank you all for being here, I would like to introduce Tariq Falah. He is Bloomfield Hills Schools School Board Trustee. I'd like him to come up because this is a wonderful partnership on a property owned by Bloomfield Hills Schools, and I'd like him to say some words. Thank you for being here, Tariq.
Well, thank you. Thank you all for being here today. This is so exciting for me personally, but certainly for Bloomfield Hills Schools as a collective community. But I just want to start off by welcoming everybody and thanking you all. Taking a moment to recognize our district administration, currently overseen by Superintendent Dr. Randy Leopa, and our legal team, Dana Abrams, who made this evening possible. So thank you to both of them. And then thank you also to Keith McDonald, our Assistant Superintendent of HR, who is representing the district this evening as well. I wanted to take a moment just to thank West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation leadership team and staff and the commission for your partnership and collaboration. There are so many people involved in all of this who have made such a Herculean task just seem so efficient, so effective, and so smooth for all of the communities involved. So certainly want to thank you taking time to answer questions, to explain everything to all of us that have been involved. You've done a remarkable job. Thanks to our community who participated in the Pine Lake Task Force or engaged in our community survey, sharing what amenities they would like to see on the site. The collaboration would not be possible without our community input and support, which ultimately has guided us into creating something to benefit every one of us. As a board, we have made the preservation of our lands for public use a top priority through this 20-year partnership, while still maintaining ownership of the land in order to preserve our ability to grow as a school district. Bloomfield Hills Schools is unique in that we have a responsibility for our parks and recreations evident in spaces such as the Nature Center or Bowers Farm. We want families to be able to use our spaces for physical activity, community building, and to continue to harness the importance of green space for our families. I moved to this area back 11 years ago, and even though I didn't have kids and I didn't have all of the, the bikes and all that kind of stuff, I still knew at that point that I could look out and I could see myself enjoying green spaces like this. And I'm really happy as I was walking with my kids, and they were already excited to say, what's going to be over here? And then they would look at the map and they saw all these marvelous things. So it just made me feel so proud of what this community has been able to accomplish in such a short amount of time. I believe that there's two great things we can invest in, which are children and the spaces that we have which define our communities. We invest in our children so they can grow up and become the tremendous human beings we all aspire them to be. But we also invest in our community so that those same children can have a place to share today and also in the future so that they can make memories with us once again. We're looking forward to seeing this space transform beginning this year and every year thereafter. Together with our two public boards and strong administrative teams, we hereby declare this space Pine Lake Park. Thank you.
Thank you. That is a testimony that this is a partnership made in heaven, because it truly, our vision and our missions do support one another. So thank you all for coming. I would like one last request. We would like to do a group picture to celebrate together and for our photo book. So I think we're all in the same, or we're in a great spot for this. Abby, what are you thinking? Just turn out this way? Okay. So everyone just pivot this direction. Abby's going to go right over there and grab us in a group photo. So everyone tighten in. We have some refreshments for your enjoyment under the gray tent. So please stop by for a cookie and a beverage. Steve Kaplan, come on up.
And we have a certificate we'd like to read to all of you. We'll start off with Clerk Binder. Clerk Binder? Just first.
West Bloomfield Township presents to...
The microphone.
Oh,
Sorry.
West Bloomfield Township presents to West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation.
Over to, where's Jonathan? Right behind you.
Congratulations on the 20-year partnership with the Bloomfield Hills School District, bringing to fruition a novel 21-acre park at the location of the former Pine Lake Elementary.
Actually, pass it on to Bobby. No? Where am I? Oh, sorry. The residents of West Bloomfield Township are sure to relish the park located at 3333 Long Lake Road for years to come.
And I think everybody will relish this park, especially the pickleball players. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, now we're really committed to pickleball.
Thank you.
Okay. Now we're really committed to pickleball. Uh-oh. Well, thank you all for coming. Please rejoin us again next year to see how the park does come alive. But take a refreshment and a cookie on your way out. And staff is here amongst us and can answer any of your questions. Please check out our concept plan. And lastly, shout out to Abby and Brittany for putting today's event on. Chris, Gary are also getting the nod. All right. So thank you all for coming and good night.